James Augustine Aloysius Joyce was an influential Irish writer, poet, and literary critic, best known for his groundbreaking works in modernist literature. Born on February 2, 1882, in Dublin, Ireland, Joyce contributed to the modernist avant-garde movement. Joyce co-founded an acting company. The company was pitched to the British government as a contribution to the war effort and mainly staged works by Irish playwrights, such as Oscar Wilde, George Bernard Shaw, and John Millington Synge. Throughout his life, Joyce stayed actively interested in Irish national politics and its relationship to British colonialism. He studied socialism and anarchism. Several Catholic critics suggest that Joyce never fully abandoned his faith, wrestling with it in his writings and becoming increasingly reconciled with it. Joyce's literary career had a significant impact on the development of 20th century literature. His major works include Dubliners, 1914, a collection of short stories portraying various aspects of life in Dublin, capturing the city's social, political, and cultural landscape. A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, 1916. This semi-autobiographical novel follows the life of Stephen Dedalus, a young Irishman, as he navigates his personal and artistic development. Ulysses, 1922, arguably Joyce's most famous and challenging work. Ulysses is a complex and experimental novel that follows the lives of several characters on a single day in Dublin, June 16, 1904. It is celebrated for its innovative narrative style and use of stream of consciousness technique. Finnegan's Wake, 1939, Joyce's final and most enigmatic work. Finnegan's Wake is a highly complex and dense novel that explores dreams, language, and the subconscious. It is known for its intricate wordplay and obscure symbolism. Despite an early interest in the theatre, Joyce published only one play, Exiles, which began shortly after the outbreak of the First World War in 1914 and was published in 1918. The first full-length poetry collection book was Chamber Music, 1907, which consisted of 36 short lyrics. It led to his inclusion in the Imagist anthology, edited by Ezra Pound. Pound wrote of chamber music, "The quality and distinction of the poems in the first half is due in part to their author's strict musical training. The wording is Elizabethan, the meters at times suggesting Herrick." Other poetry Joyce published in his lifetime includes Gas from a Burner, 1912, Poems Peneach, 1927, and Equipure, 1932. Composers including Geoffrey Molyneux Palmer, Ross Lee Finney, Samuel Barber, and Syd Barrett of Pink Floyd, as well as the group Sonic Youth, have set his poems to music. Despite his poetic success, Joyce is better known as a novelist, and by 1932 he had stopped writing poetry altogether. Joyce's writing style was characterized by his use of interior monologue, free indirect speech, and narrative techniques. Joyce's novels, with their innovative language, use of dialogue, characteristic modernist forms, and social frankness, met with resistance. His works often delve into the complexities of human consciousness and the struggles of the individual in a changing world. Joyce's legacy as a writer continues to be celebrated, and his influence can be seen in the works of many contemporary authors, including Samuel Beckett, an Irish playwright and novelist. Beckett was a close friend and literary disciple of Joyce. His writings such as Murphy and Hollywood show a strong Joycean influence in terms of style and themes. William Faulkner, The American writer William Faulkner admired Joyce's use of stream-of-consciousness narrative and experimental storytelling techniques. His novels, such as The Sound and the Fury, highlight Joyce's influence. Virginia Woolf, an English writer and a key figure in modernist literature, Woolf was influenced by Joyce's portrayal of inner thoughts and consciousness. Her novel Mrs. Dalloway is often compared to Joyce's Ulysses for its stream-of-consciousness style. Italo Calvino. The Italian writer Italo Calvino's experimental approach to storytelling and his playful use of language show a clear influence of Joyce's work, especially in novels like If on a Winter's Night a Traveller. Salman Rushdie. The Indian-British author's early works, particularly Midnight's Children, show elements of magical realism and narrative complexity reminiscent of Joyce's style. Anthony Burgess. The British author Burgess, best known for A Clockwork Orange, acknowledged Joyce's impact on his writing and experimented with language and narrative structure in his works. On the 11th of January, 1941, Joyce underwent surgery in Zurich for a perforated duodenal ulcer. He passed away on January 13, 1941, in Zurich, Switzerland.